off last time, sitting third in the table, too far back from Bodo Glimt to seriously consider challenging for the title this season, but very much in the thick of the hunt for European places. With this season's European campaign firmly in the rearview mirror, we shouldn't need to rotate too much for the rest of the season, which could mean a strong end to the campaign. We also have that Cup semi-final to look forward to, so let's waste no more time and see how September and October played out. The stats show this was a pretty even contest, and so it proved until midway through the second half, when Velez and Rasmussen combined to work the ball into the middle for Castro to finish in style. 5 minutes from time, some neat passing found Hegebo in the box, and he fired into the bottom corner to seal the points. We weren't done yet though, and Castro finished the scoring from the spot to seal a much more comfortable win than the stats would suggest. This was a clash of third versus second, and we started brightly. A mazy dribble from Velez finished well by the Ecuadorian to give us an early lead. Shortly before the hour, Rasmussen found space on the edge of the box to rifle home a second. It took Stabæk less than 10 minutes to find a way back into the match. Hammy's low cross finding Bakenga, who evaded his marker to make it 2-1. The points were sealed though with 7 minutes left, Muller-Wolf finding Castro, whose superb low cross was fired into the roof of the net by the on-rushing Blomberg to make the final score 3-1. Odd were not expected to provide us with much of a challenge, and with little over a quarter of an hour gone, some disastrous defending from Hagen gifted Munga Simba a chance he gratefully accepted to score his first goal since his return from loan. We controlled the game after that, but it wasn't until late on that the nerves were settled. First by Hegebo planting the rebound from his own initial header in from close range, and then by the same man calmly finishing off a move he himself started to make the final score 3-0. A semi-final against lower league opposition looked to be a gift for us, and a place in the final beckoned, but we were given a wake-up call early on when Kartum drove through the defence and forced a save from Weiss, who'd been given the start instead of Dingeland. Our first sign of any threat came from a familiar source, a Velez free kick, but his effort was battered away by McDermott in the Christensen goal. A couple of minutes later, Kartum again found his way through our defence, but this time Weiss was not called upon to make a save. The game was beginning to come to life, and Blomberg's low shot was well turned round by McDermott to preserve parity. Some neat skill from Blomberg, followed by a thrusting run and a little luck, gave him the chance to centre the ball to Hegebo, but his close-range strike was thwarted by McDermott, who scrambled it round the post. The deadlock was finally broken when a passing move through the middle ended with Hegebo slipping Blomberg through, and the winger made no mistake, firing into the far corner. Another Velez free kick came within an ace of extending our lead, only to be denied by the frame of the goal on the hour mark. The failure to get a second goal came back to haunt us, as, having led for 40 minutes, we were pegged back late on. Gjertsen's low cross wasn't dealt with by a number of defenders, and Marwa was left with a simple tap-in at the back stick to equalise. Christensen's hopes were revived, but their hearts were to be broken deep into stoppage time. A swift counter-attack ended with Matheson bursting into the box and, in the referee's eyes at least, being fouled. It looked a little harsh, but Heltner Nielsen wasted no pity on the First Division side, dispatching his penalty and sending us through to the Cup final in dramatic fashion. Three wins from 3 in the league and a slowing of the pace from Bodo Glimt left us in second place and now only 6 points back of the leaders with 7 to play. And the late winner against Christensen left us dreaming of a cup final against Strømsgodset, who knocked out Rosenborg in even more dramatic fashion, coming from 1-0 down with 2 minutes left to win 2-1 courtesy of a 94th minute own goal. We absolutely dominated this game and took the points thanks to Hegebo's towering header from Blomberg's cross late in the first half. Slightly wayward shooting was all that prevented us from winning by a bigger margin. We couldn't have started this one much better, just 45 seconds on the clock by the time Hegebo thundered home a header from a Velez corner to open scoring. The Ecuadorian grabbed the second himself. A good pass from Jensen Vasberg and an excellent first touch gave him the space to curl the ball into the corner and double our lead and put an early seal on our 5th league win in a row. At home against bottom of the table HamKam, we started well, taking the lead after 10 minutes when Heltman Nielsen found Hegebo over the top and the striker finished neatly. We were hit with the ball over the top ourselves just 6 minutes later though, and Torres and Faras kept his composure to equalise. Blomberg thought he'd restored our lead in the 28th minute, but he was adjudged to be offside from Muller-Wolf's pass. Just 3 minutes later, the Velez-Hegebo combination was in full effect. The striker left with the simplest of finishes to put us back in front at 2-1. Hegebo thought he'd completed his hat-trick in injury time, but his classy finish from another Heltman Nielsen ball over the top was also ruled out for offside. This episode's featured man is striker Auna Hegebo. You can see from his recent form that he's been tearing up the Elite Syrian for the last 2 months. He's either scored or assisted in 6 of the 7 matches during that time and achieved a match rating of at least 7.1 in all but one of those games. A look at the scoring chart from the Data Hub shows that he shoots and scores more than almost anyone else in the league, giving a hint as to why he's become such a potent weapon for us. His aerial talents were a big reason behind the shift we made tactically when Bordfinner was sold, changing from a pressing forward to a target forward. A look at the aerial chart shows that he consistently contests and wins plenty of headers, and you'll have seen from the highlights how many of his goals came courtesy of that aerial ability. Incredibly, thanks to another 3 wins stretching our run to 6 straight in the league and 7 overall, we ended October top of the table. Bodo Glimt failed to win at all in October, and their 11-point lead at the end of August has turned into a 1-point deficit with just 4 matches remaining. A title race we had given up on at the start of this episode now lies firmly in our hands, and if we can just keep winning, and with a cup final to play too, the season could end in double glory. One quick side note, the reserves claim their division with plenty to spare. They can't be promoted, but it looks like we have some promising talent looking to break through into the squad in the years to come. Thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and join us next episode as we find out if we can claim a historic double. Bye bye for now.